Okay, I really want to ask some of the tougher questions here, so that we clarify everything what is there. You are free to talk or not about it. So whenever I talk about Ease My Trip to anyone, the first thing which comes into people's mind is this article which was written by Ken Long back, and I'm sure आप लोगों ने वो article पढ़ा होगा, ठीक है? उस article में ये they clearly mentioned that what happened between, I think, in March 2018 was the revenues fell from 1900 crores to 72 crores. I'm sure आपने वो article पढ़ा होगा, right? And they put some of the numbers where they say that the numbers were not corroborating with what their evidence on ground suggested.
Correct.
Can you please put light on this? What is your reading on it? What is right? What is wrong?
Sure. I'll be happy to answer that.
Thank you.
See, basically, I know for your viewers' understanding, I'll also tell what the question mark was. Okay, so the question mark is that till FY17, our revenues were so much, and in FY18 our revenues dropped by 92%. So article इस तरह से what must go up must come down. इस तरह से article लिखा गया है, ठीक है?
Yeah, I will try and share the article for everyone, so that हम क्या बात कर रहे हैं, right?
Correct. हम इस चीज की बात कर रहे हैं. See, basically this is what the article claims कि भैया जो ऊपर गया वो नीचे भी गिरेगा और कुछ ना कुछ लोचा है इस मैट्रिप में, right? Now this is where I think that कोई भी एक वेल रिसर्च आदमी होगा वो इतनी बड़ी गलती नहीं कर सकता है. There must be a vested interest to write this article, क्योंकि क्लियरली मेंशन्ड है हमारे फाइनेंशियल्स में. हम टिल FY17 तक हमने जो 2018 में लिखा उसमें भी क्लियरली मेंशन्ड है. Nobody can miss it unless it is done intentionally. Till FY17 we used to report GMV कि हमने टोटल बुकिंग कितने की है. इन FY18 क्योंकि हमारे कॉम्पिटिटर्स भी सिर्फ रेवेन्यू, सिर्फ मार्जिन, ग्रॉस मार्जिन रिपोर्ट कर देते थे, तो हमने FY18 में कॉल लिया कि हम अपने आप को अब सिर्फ रेवेन्यूज रिपोर्ट करेंगे, ग्रॉस मार्जिन रिपोर्ट करेंगे.
मतलब कि आपने जो टिकट बेचा, बल्कि आपने जैसे अभी बोला 90 लाख टिकट बेचा, तो 90 लाख इंटू से 5000 का टिकट है, उतना रेवेन्यू नहीं दिखाया आपने.
वो दिखा देंगे
90 लाख का जो एक्चुअल पैसा कमाया, जो ग्रॉस.
करेक्ट.
सॉरी गो अहेड.
टिल FY17 हम दिखाते थे कि हमने 1500 करोड़ का धंधा किया, टोटल टिकट वर्थ 1500 करोड़ 1600 करोड़ जितना भी था उस टाइम पे अमाउंट उतनी की बेची है. FY18 में हमने रिपोर्ट किया कि भैया हमने टोटल कमाई जो की है उसके ऊपर वो सिर्फ 7-8% होती है. जैसे मैंने आपको बताया हमने उतनी कमाई की है, तो हमने वो रिपोर्ट किया है. अब ये क्लियरली लिखा हुआ था और इस चीज को पकड़कर वो इग्नोर कर दिया गया जो लिखा हुआ था. बस एक हेडलाइन बनानी थी कि 92% बिजनेस गिर गया. और ये चीज आप बताइए कि जब कोई भी आदमी देख रहा हो, अगर उन्होंने रिसर्च की है, जैसे क्लेम करते हैं कि प्रॉपर रिसर्च की है, तो कैसे मिस हो सकती है? ये प्रॉपर रिसर्च जो की है वो कैसे मिस हो सकती है? इतनी बड़ी चीज कहीं नहीं लिखा हुआ इस पूरे आर्टिकल में इसके ऊपर. तो पूरा प्रेमाइसेस ही फॉल्स क्लेम से शुरू हो रहा है. हमने इनके ऊपर रिबटल नहीं किया था उस टाइम पे, क्योंकि हमें बहुत छोटी सी चीज लग रही थी. हमें लग रहा कोई लिख रहा है, लिखने तो क्या फर्क पड़ता है, गलत चीज तो लिखी हुई है. तो यही शायद हमसे गलती होगी, हमने इनका रिबटल उस टाइम नहीं लिखा है. नाउ इट्स टू लेट टू टॉक अबाउट इट, तो हम इसे अवॉइड करते हैं.
No, it's nice that you clarified. Okay, coming to the second question of this movie business plus the coal trading business. Okay, थोड़ा सा बैकग्राउंड भी दे दीजिए और समझा भी दीजिए क्या चीज है, just so that for viewers to know the right picture.
Absolutely.
Things.
Now this is also showcased in an extremely convoluted way. कहीं ना कहीं vested interest है इनका, हमें नहीं पता कहाँ है, लेकिन कितना convoluted way है मैं आपको समझाता हूँ. तो इन्होंने दिखाया कि what must go up must come down. वो गिरा इस वजह से क्योंकि हमने 2017-18 में मूवी का और कोल का काम बंद कर दिया. ये नहीं दिखाया, वो दिखाना ये चाह रहे कि ये टिकट से कुछ नहीं होता था, मूवी कोल से होता था, वो बंद कर दिया. वो जैसे ही बंद कर दिया तो इनका बिजनेस गिर गया. तो पहला बात तो मैंने आपको क्लैरिफाई कर दिया कि भैया बिजनेस कहीं गिरा नहीं था, बिजनेस चल रहा था. अब दूसरी बात करते हैं कोल के ऊपर. सी एट दैट टाइम हमारे फादर, वी हैव टोल्ड यू इन द बिगिनिंग, आवर फादर हैज बीन अ कोल ट्रेडर सिंस फॉरएवर. वी वर अ प्राइवेट लिमिटेड कंपनी owned by 3 of us. There was no external investor, there was no external party. कंपनी के पास में 60-70 करोड़ रुपया बैंक में पड़ा हुआ था. So in FY16 हमने properly, we didn't do anything illegal, we legally added an article in our article of association, a line saying that this company can do coal trade as well in FY16. अब 16 और 17 के अंदर 2 साल के अंदर we did coal trading worth of 50 crores, 50 करोड़ की coal trading की है. Now, and उन 50 करोड़ में this company EaseMyTrip also earned 7 crores as profit, which is booked in the EaseMyTrip. Now this article conveniently ignores कि 50 करोड़ तो टोटल कोयले का धंधा था, लेकिन उन दोनों सालों में ट्रैवल का कितना धंधा था. दोनों सालों का आप ट्रैवल का धंधा जोड़ दोगे तो वो था 4000 करोड़ का. We are talking about 1% of the business was coal business. और हमें 2018 में लगा कि we are becoming too big. हमें नहीं पता था हम कहाँ जा रहे हैं, right? We knew that we are becoming too big, तो हमने article of association से वो लाइन हटा दी कि this company can no longer do any coal business. वो हमने हटा दिया वहां से. And as we removed it, उसके बाद नहीं हुआ. तो there's been 4 years जब ये काम नहीं हो रहा, पूरा ट्रैवल का काम हो रहा है इस कंपनी के अंदर. पहले भी हो रहा था. 1% business for 2 years, just 2 years was related to coal trading, और उसको बहुत glorify करके दिखाया गया इस आर्टिकल के अंदर.
No, understood. So you're saying coal trading is now not done?
So, since FY18.
अच्छा, since FY18, okay.
Since FY18 it is not done. 4 साल हो गए. Since and our auditor is Batley Boy guys who are basically a part of E&Y. तो कोई छोटे मोटे ऑडिटर नहीं है हमारी कंपनी के अंदर.
Got it. And about the movie business, sorry?
Okay, again, so convoluted. See, basically, we have built this business with our sweat, tears, and blood. And now it hurts, right? कि कोई उस सब चीजों को इग्नोर करके छोटी चीजों में nitpicking कर रहा है. This is nothing but nitpicking. So I'll tell you what they have forgot to mention in this. EaseMyTrip has been promoting itself in movies since 2014. हम मूवी प्रोडक्शन का काम नहीं करते हैं, नहीं किया है कभी. हमने मूवीज में EaseMyTrip को प्रमोट किया है. मैं आपको बहुत सारी काउंटलेस मूवीज बता सकता हूं जहां पे कैटरीना कैफ बता रही है कि EaseMyTrip यूज किया था मैंने. ऐसे बहुत सारे एग्जांपल्स है. पीछे बोर्ड EaseMyTrip का लग रहा हुआ है. 20-25 लाख रुपए का खर्चा, यू कैन प्रमोट एंड देयर इज नथिंग रॉन्ग इन इट. In 2015, we got a couple of producers saying that, bhai, instead of paying me a marketing expense, why don't you finance my movie and I will give you the entire money back once my movie is released, whether the movie is hit or flop. It sounded like a great deal. So we took a couple of those deals, but later on we realized कि contract पे भले ये लिखा हो, reality ये है कि पैसा वापस आना बहुत मुश्किल होता है अगर movie flop हो जाए तो. And that is why around 26 crores of our money got stuck in FY17 over there. So again in FY18 we took a call कि यार हमें ऐसे भी movie में produce नहीं करना EaseMyTrip को. We don't want to do it. So we took a call and we have never done it since last 4 years. उस 26 crores में से 12-13 crores recover भी हो चुका है, which has come in the company. But this is absolutely rubbish to say कि company ने कमाया movie से और coal से. Movie से company को 10 करोड़ का loss हुआ है, coal से company को put together 7 crores का profit हुआ है of all the years. This is absolutely very, very irresponsible way to write, and I don't know why people pay attention to such people.
Very अच्छा है, बाकी एक बार clarity हो जाएगा तो प्रशांत, बाकी whatever way, I think it's good to at least put your point ahead, okay? Why do some of the articles keep on saying that EaseMyTrip claims कि उनके पास इतना मार्केट शेयर है, EaseMyTrip claims कि हम इनके पास इतना ग्रोथ है, EaseMyTrip claims कि इतना ग्रॉस मार्जिन्स बनाते हैं, इतना प्रॉफिट कमाते हैं, and then they tend to compare your company with other competitors and say कि बॉस देखो उनका नहीं बनता और इनका बनता है, ऐसे कैसे हो सकता है?
This is very hard for us to answer, right? हमारा क्यों बनता है? हमारा मार्केट शेयर इतना कितना है? This is backed by
that is given by the airlines also. If you go on to airlines, some of the airlines have tweeted also, likewise SpiceJet, AirAsia, GoAir, so they clearly publicly announce our positioning as well as our growth. So some of the airlines like GoAir, GoAir, SpiceJet, and AirAsia, they categorically tweeted on their public platforms. So they have letters which have been loaded in the public platforms as well.
And anyways, none of the numbers are our numbers. They are backed by CRISIL numbers. CRISIL is an agency, a reputed agency, and it's backed by them.
So I'm happy that you came forward and answer all those things, which is important. Next question again, just to clarify, there's a huge contingent liability which is there in the books. I think which is some 139 crore, which is ahead far more than the net worth. Can you please explain what is that?
So in the contingent liability, around 25-30 crores so guarantees hai, which we have given to IATAs and the others. So there's a good amount of guarantees, which is business as usual. Now there is one particular case where the matter is sub judice, so it is very hard for me to say anything. But I'll give the complete facts for people to make their opinion. So contingent liability है एक particular travel agent के साथ में है where they have claimed around 50 odd crores from us, right? Now we filed a case against that particular travel agent in year 2015. वो नहीं लिखा हुआ DRH में because contingent liability is also only about हम पे कितना claim है. तो हमने उस travel agent के ऊपर 2015 में 36 crores का claim किया हुआ है and we have also filed a criminal case because उसने हमारे 15 crore के check भी bounce किए. And in year 2018, 3 years later, that guy has filed a case claiming that we owe him money. So 3 years later, somebody filing the case after they have been filed once, you can understand what kind of case and what kind of merit that case has. But the matter is sub judice. It'll be very hard for me to say. But we have learned our lessons. From 2015 onwards, we have stopped giving credit to any travel agent.
If I remove other income, then we make losses?
Okay, let's talk about other income. Other income में है क्या क्या? See, other income usually supposed to be company profitable है, company के पास में FD के basis पे earnings आ रही हैं, then it's another income, right? We understand that. But there is a component in other income which is called as cancellation/UAC, unclaimed credit, which we believe should be part of our main income just like all our competitors. But हमारे केस में हम उसे other income में डालना पड़ गया. I'll tell you why. So when we get money from the airlines to refund to the customers, we have taken a policy that we will keep that money for 2 years and wait for customer to come and claim it. While our competitors have kept the policy of just 3 months. As a better customer approach, we have taken a policy of keeping that money for 2 years instead of 3 months. Now, since our competitors have kept the policy only for 3 months, this money goes into their main income because it is in the same financial year. But for us, since this money comes 2 years later in our books, we were supposed to put it in the other income because we could not get the same money within the same financial year.
As a portion of other income, like the cancellation and IUC, how much it could be the part?
32 crores, other income which came in 9 months of FY21, 22 crore was cancellation and UAC. And only 9 crores, 22 crores.
Out of 32?
Out of 32, right.
So almost 70%.
We believe that this is basically nothing but our revenue from operation. It is misguided in other income because of our better customer approach policy, which we are working upon how to solve this in the future. But otherwise, that money is a multiplier or is proportionate to our GMV, and whatever is proportionate to GMV should be your revenue from operations.
Some analysts, okay, again, just to put things forward, some analysts also believe that the salary, what is drawn by the promoters, is high compared to the profits.
So, to be honest, we never took dividends from the company, and this was a private company till a year ago. Privately held, no other person whom we are responsible to answer of how much salary do we take, right? The reason why we kept slightly higher salaries is because this was the way by which we were generating some wealth for ourselves. We also took a lot of loans because of which we put money in the company, right? There was nobody else who put in money in the company except for us. So this was a means by which we would take the salaries and we would put in the company. But however, since we have had the IPO, which was completely offered for sale, the promoters do not need high salaries and we are working on it.
No, got it. There are some, high-level management members, like the independent director and chairman of audit committee, even the CFO, former CFO, the company was without a CFO for I think 4-5 months, before the IPO. Why so many senior level changes happens in the finance department?
Well, it's unfortunate. I'll be very honest. It's not something which we planned for. To give you answer for the first one, which is Maxi Fernandez, who was basically our independent director. He left purely and purely, and we have a letter from him because he joined another company, and that company basically did not allow him to be director at any company. So he joined a new role, and his newer company forbid him to remain as an independent director in any company, because of which he had to quit. And it's unfortunate for us that he quit, but this was the exact reason why he left. The other CFO which left during the COVID times there was a COVID reason because of which he left. And of course, there was a time during which the company did not have CFO. That was precisely because we wanted to hire somebody who could basically come up with who can hit the ground running, who has a very deep understanding of this business. And that is why we hired somebody from Yatra as our CFO. And we are more than happy to have him. His name is Mr. Ashish Bansal. He comes from Yatra. He has a very in-depth knowledge about this business. And, it took us some time, but it's good that we spent good amount of time to find a right person to replace the older CFO.
Bansals always have in-depth knowledge of finance. Okay, there's another Bansal who is sitting in front of you. Thank you for being so, upcoming. Was there any delay in filing GST also in 19 and 20?
So this was a teething problem. GST itself was very new, and it took some time for all of us to basically come to terms. For example, a good percentage of GST. There's noise coming from somewhere. Nishan, yeah. So there is a good portion of GST, which basically we have to take tax collected from source, from the airlines. Now, if we do not get that money from the airlines, how can we pay to the government? And this is not just with us. This was an industry-wide problem where there was a misunderstanding between who is supposed to pay to whom first. And it got resorted very recently, and I think things are moving in the right direction. If you look in the financials of the other companies as well, you will find this issue arising over there as well.
How much is there any bad debts what we as a company has written off say in the last 2 years, 3 years, 5 years?
So the only debt we wrote off was basically related to the movie money which couldn't come. But of the 26 crores, sorry?
29 crores, I think, in FY18.
Correct. That was in FY18, and of which around 12-13 crores has already been recovered. But after that, there has been no write-offs. I mean, there might be small write-offs of 10 lakh, 20 lakh. That's about it.
Okay, last two things, and I'm very, very, very thankful to you that you are so upfront in clarifying everything. Two last things. Can you talk about the board of EaseMyTrip, one thing? And second, you said Batliwala is the auditor for the company. Since when are the auditors for the company? And is there any external agency you have pointed? Because you also hear all these things, from other investors also, all around whenever you meet. Is there any additional measure you have taken in order to pacify investors and say, look, boss, isse aur kya kar sakte hain hum log?
See, we have a very strong board. We have somebody coming from justice, we have somebody coming from government, and we have somebody coming from finance. We have three very, very senior, well-respected people on our board who also help us keep our energy in check. See, we all are young. We three brothers are young, we are energetic. They also help us keep our energy check and, align our energies in the right place. So we are thankful to our board for guiding us towards the success which we are seeing right now. In terms of external comfort, other comforts, I think our numbers speak for ourselves. And Bartley Boy, coming from the big four itself should give them comfort. All the numbers are backed by CRISIL, and we just want to keep our head down and continue to do our work and let our numbers speak for itself.
No, you have done very well, but the numbers what you said, and most importantly, the explanation what you provided. I am just surprised by that 90% fall, and how can that article do that if you change your accounting policy in terms of not taking on GMV and taking on the absolute gross margins. That's a simple analytical perspective, which should have been highlighted in the right.
With this, you can understand how much of thought process they must have put in to create that article.
No. I know. The last question now. Thank you so much. I think all my doubts are cleared, and most of the people who talk about the company in general are cleared. Like I was seeing the segment-wise revenue for Make My Trip and Yatra, right? I think Make My Trip is 35% air ticketing, some 46% hotels, and the remaining is bus. Yatra 45% air ticketing, hotel is 43, and the remaining is 12. I'm saying Ease My Trip as a company is now aiming to go from say 94%, which is air travel, 4-5% is hotel. So if we go to that level, how much improvement in gross margins at your level, if not compared to other two peers, could happen if that pie increases from say 4% to 10%, 20%?
So I'll answer what are we doing to get there. See, basically, I myself, as I said, that I'm handling a hotel and bus department right now. We have created internally within the team, we have created a milestone which we want to achieve. All right, and that milestone basically is 3-year forward looking. So I will not be able to talk about the numbers, but that milestone is 3-year forward looking. And this is one of the strategies which we are enforcing to see that we get to that milestone. Every day I message on our groups for the hotel and bus related 1 day minus. So for example, today right now is, for example, let's say today is 690th day. Tomorrow I'm going to message them saying today is 689th day. Every day I'm minusing 1 day to let them know that each day matters for us to achieve our goal, and let them know that the management is really looking forward for them from their side to contribute and help us reach that target which we have set. So there is a lot of focus. The team is super energized to take company and to make company well diversified in the other segments as well. Nonetheless, I will not take anything away from our air ticketing business. It's a fabulous business, super growing business. We are the fastest growing in air segment company right now, and there is still so much for us to eat in the market. So we wish to continue our growth as what we have developed in the last 5 years, and air segment itself could be humongously profitable for this company in the future.
No, I asked this question because I think until FY19, I understand that there has been change the way you look at the numbers. FY19, we were making almost EBITDA losses, right?
Sorry?
We were making EBITDA losses, right?
No, we were profitable in EBITDA in FY19. In FY19, we were, I think we made about 25-30 odd crores in EBITDA in FY19.
We are making around 7 to 8% gross margin.
Sorry?
7 to 8% gross margin.
That is correct.
So I'm saying that if your mission is successful in terms of diversifying into hotels, moving ahead than the industry pace, then is there a chance that
we anticipate the margins to go only up for multiple reasons. One is, of course, as we are diversifying more in hotel, holidays, bus department, the margins are slightly better, yes. And the second reason is, in an internet business, you keep hitting more and more economies of scale, right? As I'm doing more business, I don't need to actually employ more people. This is not an offline business. So because of that as well, we anticipate our margins to only go north.
So you pointed very important thing. Since it's an online business, the ROCs keep on increasing, right? Because your fixed cost keeps on remaining same. After some time, and God willing, in next 2-3 years, you sit on a huge pile of cash. What's the dividend policy what the company has? And when you get enough cash on the book, which is say 300, 400, 500 crores, what's the plan to do with that?
So right now itself, the company has 208 crores sitting in the bank as as cash or FD. And you're absolutely right. We have to manage our ROC because whatever PAT we are generating, it is coming in the company as free cash, primarily because there is very little capex expenditure for the company. So we recently did an interim dividend. I'm sure you must be aware about. So we are also working and formulating a dividend policy for a long run. That's definitely there, and also there may be some inorganic growth which we will see in the future. There is no concrete plan right now.
Oh, Make My Trip, watch out! Okay, Ease My Trip is coming. or yatra, right?
Well, no. We will only, if we were to do any inorganic growth, we will only do it in non-air sector. See, air sector, we are very confident. What's the point of adding to something which we are going to eat anyways in the future?
Sahi hai. No, sahi. I agree with you. Right? Who's the CTO of the company? Is there a separate CTO, the Chief Technology Officer?
Rikant is the CTO.
Rikant
Rikant is the CTO.
Rikant is the one, okay, who looks forward. Okay. No. I think most of my dividend policy, you said the company will be formulating a dividend policy very soon, right?
It is already there. We are already done an interim dividend. The dividend policy is already in place.
My last question, okay, I promise this will be last question. But discussing with you on such an interesting company, I will not stop. What are the risks as per you? You know, because everything seems to be कि यार India में इतना under penetration है. आपने जैसे बोला कि airline is only 5% of the travel what everyone does. Not in the value but in volumes. Value wise, it's 60,000 crores. You are still at 4 to 5,000 crores. So there's a huge scope for a person like you who is controlling costs, who is managing wealth in the last many years. So there seems a big opportunity size. Consolidation is happening, which is great for people who are performing well. But and even COVID-like situation could be a small bump for you because online is something which keeps on continuing forever. And if you diversify into different fields, it's always a good thing. What's the risk factor as per you as a founder in EaseMyTrip?
Well, to be honest, on the air side, I think we are pretty sorted. We have a very strong moat, and it'll be extremely hard for anybody to replicate what we are up to. The only risk I could say is that there might be a disruption coming on the other side, which is hotel, bus, and air, other departments, which we will have to keep a which we'll have to keep a lookout for, and be very nimble and agile in either growing inorganically or adopting that model. We keep a very strong, outlook towards figuring out what's happening in international market, of what disruptions are happening, and we want to keep ourselves very upbeat about it.
No, because honestly, the disruption thing is something which bothers me again and again. I always think about kya hoga, if all these aggregators come together. But you are saying that Amazon was already there, right? So great. But thank you so much, Nishant and Prashant. If I missed anything, you can please educate us more. You have been really courteous enough to explain us the entire business model, not talk about the quarter to quarter kind of a thing, but to show us the bigger picture in this industry. If there's anything what I missed, please be free to throw light and educate us more.
Well, no, I just want to thank everybody, whoever is listening us, for being so patient and getting till this part. It must be an hour-long conversation. And if you're still there, so thank you so much for being over here. So even right now.
No, thank you so very much.
And that's it from my side.
Nishant. No, thank you. Thank you, Nishant. Thank you, Prashant. Honestly, from my side, you both were great. Not only telling us about the overall picture of the industry, but very comfortable in answering those uncomfortable questions. You were upfront in what was the right thing to point out, and that gives me a lot of confidence. Thank you very much.